You are listening to the Your Empty Nest Coach podcast with Coach Christine, episode number 67, Becoming the CEO of Your Life, part 3 of 5, Your Protector's Modes. I work with mothers of high school students and beyond who are in the trenches with sad and possibly overwhelming thoughts about what their life will look like when their baby heads to college and begins to leave the nest. My client's big question is, what will I do with my time? Is this you? I've been there and I get it. Empowering you to write the next jaw-dropping, amazing chapter in your life is my passion. I am energized by leading you in the process of exploration and am thrilled when you unlock the power that lies within you. This podcast is my gift to you. Hi, friend. What exciting thing is going on in your life? Has something resonated with you that you wanted to tell me? You can leave me audio feedback at any time through my SpeakPipe link. If you find yourself talking back to me during the episode, why don't you really share your thoughts with me? You'll find the link to do this in the description of this episode. On Apple Podcasts, click Details. On Spotify, click See More. On Overcast, press the I for Information button. Get the idea? Of course, I always have full show notes with links to anything I discuss in the episode and a full episode transcription on my website. Those reside at youremptynestcoach.com/P for podcast and 67 for this number's episode. I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks. Thank you. It's time to thank our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by my community, the Green Popsicle Sticks. Ready to find the GPS of your life? Then sign up for my Thursday Thoughts About email, where you will gain immediate access to the GPS Life Principles document and will receive a link to join our community. And it's all free. See the link in this episode's show notes or head to my website, youremptynestcoach.com, and click the Thursday Thoughts About button to get started. See you there. This episode is part 3 of a 5-part series titled Become the CEO of Your Life. If you haven't yet listened to the first 2 episodes, I encourage you to do that now. Start with episode number 64. I won't repeat all of my fair warnings that I include in that episode here. Just know, as I continue, I assume you understand concepts I've introduced earlier. All good? Great. In this extensive analogy that I am sharing with you about our mind, you so far have been introduced to your protector. You know what they do now. They look at the happenings outside of our fence and report back to us with thought deliveries. And you now know that when our protector is in full control, the energy in our house is rock bottom, which means we operate in darkness or unconsciousness. Today, I would like to discuss the modes of our protector in our mind and the training program for our protector. In a way, if you've been with me since the beginning, you have been training your protector without realizing it. When you are conscious enough to notice your thoughts, you are in training mode. I see our relationship with our protector as what controls our mind's energy. And I'm viewing that dimmer switch that I spoke about in the last episode with 3 modes, just like what would be on a real dimmer switch. The off position, anywhere in between the bottom and the top or brightest setting. So for our mind, I'm going to call the bottom dimmer switch obscurity. You can call this high alert if you like, because this is the position where our protector is always on high alert. But I'm envisioning it as what is going on in our mind, and it creates obscurity for everything else that we are. This mode is where most humans live, where their true selves, their deeper essence, is obscured by the darkness created when our protectors boss us around. That being said, it is the easiest way to operate because it's where most other humans are. It is the starting mode for us, and we aren't really taught much about thought management in our lives, are we? It could also be called autopilot or sleepwalking or another term like this that makes sense for you. The next mode we have is training mode. I love this mode. If you've made it this far and are grasping the idea of a protector and that your thoughts are optional, then you are in this mode. Congratulations! This is a big deal. No one can make you get here. You do it on your own. This mode is where you will spend most of the rest of your life, sliding up and down the dimmer switch, simmering as you train your protector well. The more you are conscious and begin to consider your thoughts, the more you train your protector to behave differently the next time. You will take your protector from being on obscurity mode in a military tank to becoming super chill in a cabana with a high-tech control room that simply sends you status reports for your evaluation and consideration. I like to picture mine drinking a cup of coffee, looking at the world curiously on 20 screens in front of them, and that my protector knows what my preferences are well enough that most times they don't even bother me with things that used to once be emergencies in my life. I also like to view during this training mode that as you gain control from your protector, that fence that surrounds your home and that your protector is fully responsible for, that fence begins to sink into the earth, seeking to become a high-tech invisible fence, right? Do you see this? So as your dimmer goes up, the fence goes into the ground. It's still there, of course, but people don't see it. If a big doozy of a happening occurs outside of your fence, I picture a fence post popping out of the ground to be able to handle it, and your protector creating a status report in your mind. They've been trained well. Why is this important? Because of the next mode, illumination. Here's how I picture this mode. I see your protector when they are running really well, and when you're in illumination mode, that they are the best personal assistant that anyone could ask for. You know, the kind that you picture in movies, or maybe you have one in your life where you want the coffee and it's already sitting there waiting for you. That's where we want to be. My protector knows me well. They are on duty at all times, but never in high alert mode. Nothing warrants it, and they know that. They trust me, and I love them because they provide me with incredible information in my life that I get to play with. The best part of this is that with that level of consciousness in my life, the energy provides complete illumination. And with our now completely invisible fence, allows us to shine out beyond the borders of our home, outside of our fence, which takes us to what I want to cover in our next episode. Where is your GPS? This is where I leave you today. Remember, I am on this journey with you, and you are receiving these concepts as they become clear in my mind, in the hopes that they assist you as you become the CEO of your life. Okay, so we have only 2 more episodes remaining in this series. While I hope they resonate with you either way, I'm always happy to hear from you. It is my firm belief that what I'm teaching you here with this analogy is a universal principle, that you'll find coaches and teachers and spiritual leaders who all say the same information, but you just need to find the one that clicks for you to understand it, and then it's all on you. You have always had that information in you. They're just allowing a portal for you to see it. So take advantage of it, whether it's from me or someone else. As a reminder, don't rush this if you aren't getting it. The beauty of podcasts is that you can re-listen to sections or entire episodes as often as you like. Is today the day you send me audio feedback? You know I love hearing from you. The questions I have for you in this episode are, what mode are you in? And are you ready to increase the energy in your life? I invite you to share your answers to these questions for inclusion on an upcoming episode by using my SpeakPipe link, which you will find in the episode description mentioned earlier. Or fly on over to our Facebook group to share your answers to these questions with our amazing flock. Our Facebook group name is Green Popsicle Sticks. Want to know why? Listen to episode number 17. Or head to my website, youremptynestcoach.com/community for links to join our flock. We look forward to seeing you there. Thanks. Thank you. A huge shout out to my GPS execs, the executive producers of my podcast. Visit my website or see my show notes for a link to learn how you may become a GPS exec, where you will gain bonus access to me and more. As always, I provide content to make you think, my empty nest friend. My hope is that I am able to provide you with thoughts that positively impact your life. Are you able to screenshot this episode right now? If so, take a minute to do that and then share it on social media to help others find it. That would be incredibly helpful. Be sure to tag me at Empty Nest Coach so I may personally thank you. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe to this podcast. It is free. And tell your friends. And of course, before you go, never forget that you are amazing. Chat soon. Oh, I think my brain just woke up. That's a good hit. It's my firm belief that these principles are